Hello people of the internet and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought we could have a fun little session just going over our wedding timeline. I loved our wedding. It was truly the best and the planning of it was really good. Anybody who's ever planned a wedding knows that it can be a little bit stressful, and we alluded to that in our Q&A video. But I thought it would be so fun to, one, go over the timeline, but two, to like show pictures and videos from the day itself. So you guys could like actually be there and see, like, I feel like it's one thing seeing the pictures on Instagram and then another like knowing exactly like what we planned for it. So I have our wedding day details pulled up. I have a whole spreadsheet. If you want like the template for the wedding day spreadsheet, leave a comment below and I can send it to you because I'm very proud of it. And it took the whole year and a half of planning to put it together. Okay, let's start with literally the beginning of the day. We rented an Airbnb to get ready at. So we got married in Cincinnati, and we originally, if you watch our Q&A video, it kind of goes over why we got married in Cincinnati. But our venue had like a getting ready room. We had a getting ready room, but we both wanted to get ready with our parties in the same space. And it was a pretty small room for how big our entire wedding party was. So we ended up doing an Airbnb, and it still felt small.
Well, also we did that because we only had like one set of makeup artists, one set of hairstylists.
Right.
Like, our parties were all using the same people.
Right.
So it made sense to have it in the same space.
Right. It wasn't like, we'll hire a makeup and hair team for Maggie's side and we'll hire another hair and makeup team for my side. It was just, let's do it all.
Right.
Because most of the people in both of our parties were women. I think we just had one gentleman. The Airbnb was 8 minutes from our venue, which was also really nice because we didn't feel the need to do like the limo party bus situation because we were only going to be taking pictures at our venue. We literally picked our venue because of how beautiful it was, and there wasn't like a specific spot outside of the venue that we wanted to take photos, so there was really no reason for like a limo or party bus.
Plus we didn't do a block of hotel rooms.
Right.
It makes sense to do a limo or a party bus, like for a block of hotel rooms, because you have people shuttling back and forth. But
I didn't even think of that.
Everyone was all over the place and like had their own cars at the Airbnb that they wanted to take to.
It just didn't make sense because a lot of people were doing Airbnbs, and there's also in Cincinnati so many different like sub-cities. Within Cincinnati, or within and outside of Cincinnati proper, that we knew people would probably want to be staying.
Yeah, and a lot of people staying, like it was a lot of families or a lot of groups who like all stayed together, or like families stayed together. So it was nice for them to have an Airbnb with like a couple bedrooms.
Right, yeah.
Instead of having to get like 3 different hotel rooms.
Yeah, we did invite a lot of families. We literally started the day 8:45 at our Airbnb, and the night of the wedding and the night after, Maggie and I had our own Airbnb separate from this big Airbnb that we rented. We ran into a couple issues. Not that, it wasn't because we didn't tell them that we were getting ready for our wedding at the Airbnb. It was literally the host like having issues with their neighbors, and Maggie had to like go outside and talk to neighbors of the house we were staying in, and that was a little stressful. But
because it was in an association neighborhood. And so all the vehicles the neighbor got mad about, even though there was no limitation to the amount of vehicles that you could have for the Airbnb. Like there were really no rules for the Airbnb, but he knew we were getting ready there.
Right. We told him the minute we, like, when you send the message on Airbnb that like you were wanting to book, that was like our initial message saying, hey, is this okay? This is for our wedding party. So it wasn't us. It was
The neighbors.
The neighbors and the host not communicating. So we all kind of trickled in, getting our hair and makeup done, our friends getting their hair and makeup done, some of our wedding party doing their own hair and makeup. It was really just like people all over the house, just like getting ready together. It was chaotic. There was food everywhere, like in the best way possible. Like it was like definitely like a brunch type getting ready morning, but like chaotic in the best way. Like Maggie's party left the house first. My party left not long after because we ended up switching. Our photographers were amazing. We were going to do our first look and wedding party photos in the beautiful backyard that our Airbnb had. But it, of course, rained all morning.
All day.
Yeah.
Not even all morning, it was all day.
Well, we thought it was gonna let up. Like it said it was supposed to let up.
At like noon.
But we got like, in the moment, we were like, oh, this kind of stinks. But the photos that we got are so cool. But anyway, our photographers kind of just like pivoted and we ended up doing first look and like putting our outfits on at Mojave East, our venue, rather than getting ready and putting our outfits on at the Airbnb. So we left like in our getting ready outfits, which was nice because I was literally thinking like, how am I gonna get in this car with this big dress?
Right.
By 2:30, I don't even know like what time around we pivoted to go to Mojave East, but it was at least before 3 o'clock we got there and we're doing photos. So you can explain your little
fiasco.
Yeah.
Well, we rushed out. It was probably around like between like 2 and 2:30, I would say.
To Mojave East?
Is when we rushed out to Mojave East.
Yeah.
To like go and get dressed there. And I don't remember what was happening. Your dress was out of the bag or something in the room, so I couldn't go in and get it, or it was in the closet.
And you need to, it was hanging in the window. I'll show a picture because Keely, her friend, had steamed it.
Yeah.
So it was hanging, but you needed to go up there
and get all my stuff.
And get all of her stuff because they were taking photos at Mojave East before I was taking photos of me getting dressed at Mojave East.
So I had to have somebody else go and get my stuff. And it was a rush and it was kind of chaotic and we thought we had everything and we got all the way to Mojave and we had everything but my shirt. So that was fun. I don't remember who grabbed it. I think Erica grabbed it.
It was Erica.
Thank but that
God
was like
for Erica.
20 minutes later.
So it's funny because Maggie's party took cars to Mojave East to like get ready and we anticipated, oh, maybe we'll wait like 10 minutes and my party will get in the car and then we'll drive to Mojave East so then I can do my getting ready photos. And we get there and I don't even know who, I think it was Evan, our videographer, came outside. So we had 2 photographers, which was really nice because one was with you while you were getting ready, one was with me while I was getting ready. I'll link all of our vendors down below. And so we have pictures of literally like every single moment of the day. So obviously you'll see these as they're popping up. But Evan, our videographer, came out to tell me that the shirt was forgotten. And we sat in the car and we just chatted. And I think I was getting a little nervous that we were like behind schedule. So my cousin Zoe is a yoga teacher and she had us all do a meditation. There was like a moment of us holding hands. Like it was such a beautiful, special moment for like how stressful I was in the moment, and then that just like subsided. Yeah, you got your shirt.
I was all dressed except for my shirt, so I was walking around literally in an undershirt with a hole in it. But mine was not as zenful as yours was. Mine was definitely chaotic. But also it was chaos because of the whole Airbnb situation too.
Yeah.
I didn't want to put that stress on you. I wanted to handle that.
And we talked about it after. But after you got your shirt, like things kind of just, because after that I got dressed and then we did our first look.
It was finally being able to see each other too.
Yeah. They took pictures of Maggie getting ready, and then because there's this huge beautiful window in Mojave East, you got your pictures taken there getting ready, and then I got my pictures taken there getting ready. And did a first look with my dad, which was really sweet. And then,
So you stood with your back to where I was gonna come out of. So there was a big curtain that split the room, which they were like putting the tables together for the food and everything and setting that up, while the other side was where our ceremony was gonna be. So that's where you were.
yeah.
So I walked along the black curtain on the side where all the tables were for food, and then came out, and I think I walked backwards. I'm pretty sure I walked backwards, and they like guided me so that we can like touch backs. And
Yeah.
then
I think we held hands, and then they told us when to spin around. We spun around. I was so surprised for so long. I think I felt like I was the only one who didn't know what your outfit looked like, which was fine. I didn't need to, but I just thought you looked so beautiful. It's like one thing seeing each other like with our hair and makeup done, but like the whole look together, I fell to the ground. I was so surprised. She looked so pretty. And then after that, we had a reveal of our space. Like that was the first time I saw all of the decor that we had planned and bought and made come together like in the space. And it looked so beautiful. All of our vendors did such a good job. This is where the vendors come in. So I'm gonna go over the vendors really quick. I'm just gonna list out all of our vendors and I can show pictures of all of the things that they did. We planned the whole wedding. We didn't have a wedding planner, but we did hire a wedding coordinator, and highly recommend. We hired ours for a month out, I believe, 2 months out. I can't remember what the contract was. Maybe a month and a half.
Weeks.
So she took over emails and everything, kind of were able to put hands up and only have to worry about like how we were logistically going to get everything to Cincinnati.
That we've been stockpiling.
In our house, and it was in our basement for piling up for a year and a half. We had a wedding coordinator. We used the Knot for our wedding website, which was super easy, super nice. Everything came together nicely and you can add to it over time. Like we really were adamant about wanting someone to marry us that we both knew and formed a relationship together. Although you obviously met him through work, like our initial like meet of Sabin was together. We got to know his husband pretty well. Yeah, we had a friend officiate us. I'll put like our outfit details in the description as well. We don't really need to go over that. I worked with Birdie Gray on a collaboration, so a lot of our bridesmaids had dresses through Birdie Gray, and then your sisters and cousin got vests made through Taylor Detroit, which is where Maggie got her suit made, and they wore suits in honor of Maggie, which was really cute. Our hair and makeup, so Maggie's best friend actually is a wedding makeup artist, and she has her own business in Detroit, and she was gonna be in the wedding anyway, and she offered to do both of our makeup, so we had already had our makeup solidified, but we used a company called Rollers and Rouge for I got my hair done through them, and then our bridesmaids hair and makeup who wanted to, and our moms and the flower girls and everything got theirs done through them. Our venue at the time worked with 11 different catering companies, so we were able to really tailor our whole day, like not just the catering company, but really everything. We were able to like pick and choose what we wanted. So our catering company was also amazing. They were Bailey's Family Catering Company out of Cincinnati. We had a vision of doing a grazing table, which is basically like a massive charcuterie table. We're big charcuterie fans, so we wanted to implement that into our day, and that was basically our apps. Yeah, and so we did a table. In hindsight, we should have broken it up into two. We did the charcuterie table as an app, but we also did apps through our catering company. So there was lots of food all night long.
Nobody starved.
No one starved, because we also did a late night snack, but like even before you sat down and ate, there was like bread and butter and salad at the table. Oh, yeah. So like before you even got served at the buffet, you still were able to eat. So you weren't sitting there twiddling your thumbs like waiting for food if you didn't happen to get appetizers during cocktail hour.
Yeah, that's kind of a pro move.
Yeah.
If you don't want to pay for like plated dinner, because it is expensive, like to kind of level up your buffet.
Yeah.
Have a plated salad.
Yep.
And bread and butter.
Yeah.
Because then people aren't waiting, like you said, to eat.
So Maggie and I had we each had non-negotiables for the night. Maggie's ended up being the string duo, and mine was the coffee cart. If you've followed me for a long time, if you know anything about me, coffee has a very special place in my heart, and I really wanted the experience of people being able to go and order whatever they wanted coffee-wise at a coffee cart. It was so aesthetically beautiful. The couple opened it, and they are just the sweetest people. They worked with us. They didn't originally, I don't think, do cold brew, but we were like, hey, listen, our drink that we share together is cold brew and oat milk, and our signature drink was called the Otis, O-A-T-IS, and it was Otis's face, and it was literally just cold brew with a splash of almond milk.
That was another thing they did. They did like a custom rubber stamp, so all the cups were stamped with Otis's face. Yeah,
so I designed most of our stationery and artwork on Canva. So I designed the stamp, and then they got it made for us, and all of our cups had the Otis on it, which was really cute. And then String Source Duo, we got to pick literally any musician and songs that we wanted. All of our vendors, I just like can't say enough great things about because they were all so good. But String Source, we sent them the songs that we liked, so they played those and like songs, and they were lovely. Honestly, I blacked out because we only had it for the ceremony, and I don't even remember hearing the music, but I'm sure it was beautiful. I really don't.
Before the ceremony though.
Oh yeah, because so we were sad that we really weren't gonna be able to listen to the music together because this was something Maggie really wanted for our wedding. And before we even walked down the aisle, after we took photos, we literally just swayed and danced in the back and listened to the string duo, and it was a really lovely, special moment. I don't think we have any photos from it, but it was really nice. We ended up using 2 different dessert companies. One we had solidified pretty early on when we were still living in Cincinnati. We ended up doing an almond cake, almond flavor cake, and we did a personal cake just for the 2 of us, but then we ended up doing 4 different flavor, I don't even remember, cupcakes. They were vegan and gluten-free, which was really important to me to be able to have dessert on my wedding night, because I really can't have dessert anywhere because I can't eat anything. And then last minute, Maggie, we had cookies. What did we get?
Banana pudding.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, little banana pudding shooters.
Which everyone loved. I still to this day hear people saying that they loved those.
And people couldn't find spoons, so they were like taking them like Jello shots.
But there were spoons there because I had went to the dessert table and I saw the spoons, but people were like, I guess not paying attention. And then brownies.
With funfetti frosting.
Yeah, that was a request by Maggie, and they had said they never did it before, but they were gonna do it after our wedding because it was such a good idea. And I think that was it for dessert. Both companies, amazing. The woman who runs the vegan and gluten-free company who did our cake and cupcakes, the company's women and LGBTQ owned. She just runs it out of her house, I think. And then the other company was suggested by our catering company because they work with them on occasion.
Yeah, and they're like across the street from each other, so the caterer was able to pick up the desserts for us.
Right. And then at the end of the night, something else that we had planned last minute was pizza. We really wanted to do a late night snack, and we wanted it to be something that most people wanted, and they were also so lovely. I made the order the week that we got there. And it was so good. Our DJ was out of this world amazing. Maggie found him.
No, the caterer recommended him. The caterer recommended a lot of good people.
I thought you found him on TikTok.
No.
Oh.
No, it was the caterer because he works with them a lot. Are they related? Something.
Okay.
He had done, the person who runs the catering company, which is female owned, he had just done her wedding.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And they're like, he's amazing. He does woodworking. He built his own like setups. Like, he is so cool.
Yeah.
And he was very sweet. And we really enjoyed him. He was just a really good human.
Yeah. And he kept people on the dance floor the entire night. Although we made our own like dinner playlist and like suggested songs, like he just made the party like come to life. There wasn't a dull moment. There was always people on the dance floor. It was such a party the entire night. Literally from the moment we took our big group photo to the last song, it was full. It was full.
And he was always, like, every time you looked over at him, he was just having like the best time.
Yeah, and people loved him.
Like, breaking energy.
Yes. Oh, he was so good. He was so good. The DJ makes it. Spend the money on the DJ and the photos because both, I mean, for us, it was so worth it. Like, can't even. Videographer, friend of mine. I used to work at a media agency and he is always the person I'll go to for video work. And he's just lovely, funny, super nice guy. Oh, okay. So we ended up making all of our faux florals, all of our arrangements. So we did a big pampas grass. There was another wedding that did a pampas grass like centerpiece for their wedding. And I was like, I want to do that. So we bought it all off of Amazon, made it, still in the garage. And then all the florals we got from a warehouse near us and Amazon. And we just we made the arch florals. We made the centerpiece bouquets, my bouquet, Maggie's boutonniere, and then all of the single roses that our wedding party was carrying was done by a family friend of now my family, but Maggie.
It was the, well, remember it wasn't a boutonniere, it was
a pocket square like boutonniere, which
really
are
cool.
Really popular now, and it just looked so good.
And it like slides right into the suit pocket, and it just looked really full, and you didn't have to mess with like trying to pin it to you.
Yeah.
But she did make she made two boutonnieres for your dad and my dad, but then she made like the pocket square type flowers for mine.
And they just looked so beautiful. And we ended up getting them preserved. So there's a video on my Instagram and TikTok of that. They're just so good, so beautifully done. Hindsight, I would have done the arch flowers also white, but I don't know. I think we had this idea that we wanted to do like colorful arch flowers. So I don't know. It's really not a big deal, but I would have had all the florals like be cohesive. I really wanted a white bouquet. I didn't want it to have any color in it.
Whites and greens.
Yeah.
Like eucalyptus was in it.
Yeah. But I don't know why I didn't think the same way when I was making the
faux flowers.
Yeah. Whatever. Hindsight, this is 2020.
Next time.
Hopefully there's not a next time. And the last thing on here is stationery, signage, and programs, all done by moi. But yeah, okay, so we took our photos.
Oh, you're going back to that?
I'm going back.
Timeline.
I'm going back to the timeline. So those are all of our vendors. We probably should have said that in the beginning, but whatever. So yeah, we took our pictures with our wedding party, and then the ceremony happened, which was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. We had, I think, 2 meetings with our officiant, Sabin, and the first one was him like getting to know our story, and the second one was, did we have a second one with him? I don't even think we did. I think he just sent us his ideas, because we told him like kind of how we wanted the timeline to be for the ceremony, and he just like yeah, our wedding was his 4th wedding that he had done, and he is just immaculate at public speaking. So good, really pulls the crowd in. We wanted a moment where he connected us with our audience, so it didn't feel like we were like in this bubble and everyone was watching us. We wanted to be able to look out at our people and like really make eye contact with them and like thank them for coming. I need to get back on my camera game. My memory card's full, my battery's dying. So we had a break the 4th wall moment. We had a moment of remembrance for people who we really would have wanted to be there, who weren't there, and those were people who passed. So Maggie's aunt, my brother, and then my sister who's special needs where big crowds are just like too much for her. And then we had 2 readings. So my godmother read a passage from a poetry book that has a special place in our heart. And
was it Rupee? I think it was Rupee.
No, Julie read Rupee.
Julie read Rupee.
Rupee, and then my aunt read, what was the
The Way Back Home.
The Way Back
was
Home
what it was called. I think it's Amanda something. You'll have to put it up.
So we had 2 poems read that held a very special place in our heart. One was from the very beginning of our relationship, and that was the Rupee one. And then The Way Back Home was a very recent poetry book that we read together, and we had one passage that really just stuck out to us. So we had 2 poems read besides our vows, which I will say I think we're both really good. We have our wedding video coming out soon. So like I said, my friend is our videographer. We're letting him take his time. I don't care how long it takes. I want it to be perfect. I bawled my eyes out at your vows.
And cried at yours. I don't bawl my eyes out.
No, I sobbed though.
You sobbed.
You did. And it was over in 2 seconds. Like it was so quick, but it was so, like it was just, it's a special memory burned in my brain.
Then we got to go in the back.
Yeah.
And sit for a second.
Yeah.
They brought us like little treats because we were starving.
So
and we like ate as fast as we could because then we had like 5 minutes and then we went out and took more pictures.
More pictures, yeah.
And then we were like, oh, we'll just come back and finish our food. Somebody had ate our food.
One of the kids went in and ate our food, we think. Have your catering company or your venue set food aside, because you're not, like, I sat down to eat my meal and I don't even think I ate half the plate. I ate like a quarter of it.
Yeah.
People are coming up to you, they're saying hello, like there's not a minute you truly have to like eat. So our photographers gave us like 15 minutes and they asked if we wanted like drinks set back there for us, but we didn't. We just wanted food. So we had, a little appetizer. We didn't go out and like be in our cocktail hour. We let our cocktail hour happen. So we sat in the back, we ate, and then we went out and took more couple photos.
Yeah, what did we do?
Oh, no, sorry, right after the ceremony.
Ones.
Yeah, we did group before we did couple photos.
Yeah. Right?
I don't remember.
I think we still did them during, I don't remember.
No, it was right after because Saban had to announce, will the family of the brides please stay after so we can get family photos.
Yeah.
So like,
so we must have did couple photos before the wedding. We did because there were no cars in the parking lot.
Yes. Yeah. So we didn't have to do photos at all.
We did some. We did like sunset photos.
Sunset photos, and then we got photos where what would have been our ceremony outside, which I like even better because there's no people and it's just us like down the aisle and they're just so good. But anyway, so we got photos with our extended families and then we went outside and took more photos during cocktail hour. And then it was, okay, so
that's after we walked in, right?
No, that was after all the speeches. This just goes to show you how big of a blur the day is.
So we went out and took more pictures.
And then
we did the grand entrance, which we all lined up outside for.
Right. So Maggie's wedding party went out first, right? Or my wedding party went out first, and they like announced all their names together. So they all went out together and danced. And then your wedding party went out and they were announced together and danced. And then we were announced. And Maggie says that I left her, but
ran in.
I was like ready to party. Like we picked, what was the song? Found Love in a Hopeless Place by Rihanna. So we were like,
did we walk into that too?
We did, everyone did, I thought.
Okay. We didn't switch to Latch?
Maybe we did. I like ran out because I was like ready to party and Maggie was just walking out. There's video of it somewhere. But then we went straight into our first dance. After the first dance, both of our dads gave speeches and then the buffet started. And then we had speeches from those in our wedding parties and we had a couple family members do speeches. That was during dinner. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So during dinner is when the rest of everybody gave speeches. And then after dinner happened, we did a private cake cutting. So private meaning it wasn't announced. Like we didn't want everyone to watch us cut the cake. And then I danced with my dad and you danced with your mom. And Cece, our niece, which was really cute.
After the speeches, we all went on, we didn't do the quick tables. We sat in the middle of the dance floor.
Yes.
And everyone came around us.
Yes. We were originally gonna like go to each of the tables and get a photo with everyone. But at that point, there was so much that like had happened that we felt like the night was being dragged on, and we just wanted people to get on the dance floor and start dancing. So
the speeches went longer than we thought than we allocated for.
Yes. Which was, I mean, they were beautiful speeches, but it ended up perfect because I've heard this on TikTok. It's such a like boss move. Do your group photo on the dance floor and then have your DJ start the music right after that, because that's keeping everyone on the dance floor. Like we didn't plan it that way, but it happened.
Yeah.
And then everyone was on the dance floor for the rest of the night.
The whole time.
It was so good. So yeah, the coffee cart came after cocktail hour.
Yeah.
After cocktail hour and right before the cake cutting. So it was there like during dessert, which was amazing. And then we got NVT pizza delivered, but so much food. Oh, are you okay? Are you okay? So much food throughout the whole night.
Nobody was starving.
Yeah, drunk people love food.
Everyone was like walking out with boxes of
pizza, bringing it back to their hotel. There was still more pizza by the time we were cleaning up.
Yeah.
I'll also link our playlists because I think we did a really good job at curating our playlists. We were very specific at wanting This Is the Last Dance, or Last Dance as our last dance song. Because that just like ended the night. Everyone was screaming it. It was so good. Oh, are you okay? We also had, we didn't end up doing a photo booth, but our venue did this like ring light photo sphere. So it's not the one that goes around you, but it's like a thing where you can press a button and it'll take a snapshot of you and you can curate it with like your wedding hashtag or whatever, but we didn't end up doing that. Dude, are you okay? What's wrong? Do you have something in your throat? What are you doing? Where are the tabs? Then our wedding coordinator literally like had everybody, well, I think our DJ announced too.
Yeah,
the DJ,
we're all gonna go outside and do a sparkler send off
for the brides. And while they were getting everyone situated to do to like get them ready with their sparklers, we were doing our private last dance. So our first dance song was Beyond by Leon Bridges, and then our private last dance song, which was going to be our original original first dance, we ended up switching it when we found Beyond. I always forget what it's called, but it's by Yebba and Ed Sheeran. I know who it's by. The Best of Me.
The best part of me.
The Best Part of Me.
Yeah.
Yes, which was a song that we danced to multiple times in Maggie's kitchen when we first started dancing. So that song holds a special place in our heart. But then we had our last dance. The evening was over and we did our sparkler send off. We walked down the first time and then someone was like, maybe the photographer was like, run back and do it again. And so we ran back and I almost got someone's sparkler in my eye. Like it hit me at the top of my eye. I don't even know who it was. And then we ran a second time and literally the evening ended. And it was perfect because everyone left. Like a couple people I think went back in and got pizzas. Or went to the bathroom, but for the most part, like that was the perfect way to just like get everybody out. So you didn't have people staying there past the time that you booked it for. Everybody knew the night was over. It wasn't like lingering, like, is it over yet? Like, have you ever been to a wedding like that? Where you're like, I don't know if it's over yet.
What
Like,
do I do?
Yeah, like where is the couple? Are they even still here? Like
people like start leaving.
Like we were up until 4 a.m. opening our cards, recapping the night. Because we were just like, we knew people were gonna wanna go out afterwards and we were like, we're not doing that. We knew we were going to.
Yeah.
We recapped the night together. We looked at all the photos we were tagged in. We had a Google album that people could upload photos to, so we got to relive the night through other people's photos. We opened all of our cards and we ate. I think we ate leftover pizza and cake. And I think we got to bed by like 4 a.m. And then we had a brunch the next day at the Airbnb that we got ready at, and we fell asleep during it.
You're so tired.
Yeah. But it was so good. It was truly, truly the best day ever.
It was a lot of fun.
It was so much fun. There's not gonna ever be another time where all your people are gonna be in one room And I originally was like, I don't think I want a big wedding, and I'm so glad that we did it. So glad.
Especially when the pictures came back.
Yeah.
And the videos came back. Like
everything. And I can't wait till the video is out and I can put that out. You'll obviously know about it. But yeah, I hope you liked today's video. I really liked it. I loved reliving it with you. It'll be so fun to edit and have all the photos. Yeah, I'm so glad we got to share those with you. Thank you so much for being here today. If you aren't already, please subscribe. It really supports my channel. And follow us on Instagram. But I think that's it. Come on, come here. You gotta say bye, you crazy doggy. Bye.